Good day. It's an honor and a privilege to be an inspiration with the precept and concept of the Word of God to help us to be a good steward for our children. As the title of our message says, our leaders, our responsibility to nature to fruition with the right nutrients of morality away from immorality. A wise man always invests in the future, because the past never sees the future. As we always reap what we sow, what we are sowing, we are going to reap more than we have sown. We are looking at our future, which needs our responsibility to tender and watch over according to the concept and precept of the Word of God, just as God has already given us the mandate. In the book of Proverbs 22, verse 6, it says, "Direct your children unto the right path. When they are older, they will not leave it." To discipline a child produces wisdom, but a mother is disgraced by an undisciplined child. To discipline your children, and they will give you peace of mind and will make your heart glad. This is found in Proverbs 29, verse 15 and 17. As you can see that the responsibility is in our hands. Why? Our children cannot parent themselves, because kids need choices and limits. Choosing for them, it is called parenting, because they cannot parent themselves. So as a parent, where they are, it's where we have been. So we are the right anchor that anchor them to be good leaders, just as God has planned. And it's difficult to teach what you don't know, and it is frustrating and confusing for a child for you to punish him for something that you did not teach. By teaching them, you are giving them the nutrients, and by teaching them according to the Word of God, you are preparing them for what lies ahead, with the strong foundation that they are building their life upon to grow to be the leaders that God has planned them to be. Now, I want to look at some of the negative things that as parents, consciously and unconsciously, we might be doing. We should not let TV parent our children. It is not right, because we are the children. We are the parents, to say. Television, it's telling them what to do. When they start to do what they have been watching and we punish them for that, isn't that discouraging them? Isn't that frustrating them because we didn't do what we're supposed to do as parents? We have to choose for them what is right. And again, watching soapies with children, you are allowing them to see things that they don't know what to do. And when they begin to practice those immoral things with other children, you are surprised, while you are the one that is giving it allowance. We need to respect our children so that they can respect us. We need to be good role model so that our children can roll themselves seeing us and observing us doing the right thing. That is very important and critical to help us moving forward. Well, I won't be suggesting something without giving you a reference of what you need to do. I think it's part of helping you. Ought to be good. Faith builders. Lesson encourage respect and responsibility. It's good for their grammar. It's good for their attitude. It's a good way of disciplining them, because they'll be observing and seeing what they need to do to succeed. And there are a lot of other DVDs out there that are godly, that are good, that you can use to help your children to grow. VeggieTale, that's one come to mind. And there are a lot that I know that you know that I don't know. I'm only sharing what I know as God has inspired me to. So these children were watching these DVDs. I want you to look at these DVDs and see the right principle that is in it. The most enjoyable thing that I enjoy with my son is what this DVD has taught us. It has taught me, it has taught him. One of the things that I like about one of the messages that was spoken from this DVD was this: when you are given a task, make sure it is carried out properly. As soon as you start making excuses, you start being responsible. Being responsible means that when you are given a task, make sure it's carried out properly and it is done right. So these are the right grammar, because you always have some reference you could refer to say that little car did this, it got this. Is this what you want? They have something that they can refer back to, just like you at your work. You went to school, they were taught you how to do things, so you always have something to can refer to when you have difficulties and challenges with your superiors, because you have a employer's contract with them where you could refer to. Same thing with these children. We need to have DVDs like this so that when they are not doing it right, they could see it, they could learn and observe it, instead of allowing them to watch things that they don't know what to do with them when they are having difficulties. Let me not get carried away, and let me allow you to watch what these children were watching so that you could see and understand the good that is in it.
Up to today?
Nothing.
Yes, and it looks like you're all being quite successful.
It's spring break, Franklin. You know, break, time off, time to do nothing.
Or an opportunity to do something important.
Like what?
That's up to you. Think of what you would most like to do.
Well, I'd like to improve my time on my off-road course.
I'd like to be a better soccer player.
I'd like to convince the city of Otto to build a new library.
I'd like to be the skip on a curling team.
The what?
The skip is the captain of a curling team and the last one to aim and slide the stone down to the house. The target.
You know curling, Derek?
I've done some curling. It's great fun, but it takes a lot of hard work to get good at it. Otto has an old curling rink at the end of town. I'd be happy to teach Izzy curling during spring break.
All those ideas sound great. I think you should get started.
You mean for real? I thought you...
And painful.
You all set very high goals, as you should. So of course they will be hard to reach.
Maybe impossible.
For those that quit, hard does mean the same thing as impossible. But for those that don't quit and persevere, great things can be accomplished.
Bouncing a soccer ball off the garage door 100 times is not a great thing, Franklin.
It is great if it's your goal and you don't quit. To achieve anything of value, you have to overcome failure, rejection, and even pain. Sometimes you simply have to rethink your approach. I think you all quit way too soon.
Well, Izzy, I'm willing to give it another try, if you are.
I guess my spring's really not so bad.
7.
98? 99? 100? Woohoo! 100, I did it! Hey, Franklin, I did it 100 times. Thanks.
Look, Franklin, 500 signatures. You were right. A little rejection is no reason to quit working for something that is important.
Hey, Franklin, 357. I did it.
Bullseye, Franklin. I didn't quit, and I did it.
All right. Perseverance. I did it.
So you could see how enjoyable it is being a parent.